Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first ever live episode here in my Facebook page. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for taking time to be with me and my guest for tonight. Know that I'll be trying my best to really be doing this every week. This is my way of amplifying the value of entrepreneurship, online business, and creating side hustles. And speaking of side hustles, I am so honored that he said yes to share the nervousness with me tonight, being live here. Kidding aside, I feel so blessed that he said yes. When I asked him last week, I think if he can join me live and discuss about side hustles. So here we are right now. Hopefully, we'll be able to make this live video worth watching to everyone. So let me introduce him first. Let me grab my notes here. Okay, our guest for tonight is a certified public accountant. He is the second place top notcher of the 2018 bar examinations, formerly the supervising legislative of the Senate of the Philippines, and currently the head of risk management, governance, and compliance of a construction conglomerate. And now he is also into side hustles apart from his job. And let's get to know more about those side hustles. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Attorney Marcley Augustus Natu-el, CPA. Hey there, attorney.
Hi. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, Faye. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you
So,
for having me tonight. Thank you for
yeah, thank you for saying yes. Seriously, thank you for saying yes.
having
How are you? What's keeping you busy lately?
Yeah, so I just recently, moved back to Makati for work. 'Cause, I accepted another job. I accepted a new job, another challenge. So yeah, I just recently moved here and welcome to my new place.
Wow. Okay, now what? Speaking of side hustles, since our topic for tonight is about side hustles, what side hustles currently do you have right now that you would want to share to the audience who are watching?
Okay, so diving in immediately, so currently, aside from my work as the head of risk management, governance, and compliance in a construction company, I'm also I also am practicing CPA. So I have clients for my accounting practice. I help clients make their financial statements. They call me for consultations and all that. Aside from that, I also have my law practice. I currently have a few clients, a few cases in court, a few registration with the SEC, and legal consultations and like that. Aside from that, I
So do
also
you
have
sleep, Markley?
sometimes, yeah, time
So
management
sleeping is
lang.
sometimes time management. Yeah, okay.
Aside from that, on my free time, I'm also a licensed financial consultant, a licensed financial advisor. So I, in other words, I'm an insurance agent as well. And lastly, I just recently started a new side hustle called the Bar Buddy program, where I accept enrollees and I actually coach them on how to answer their bar exam. So it's a program wherein I teach them my secrets, if any, or my techniques in studying and answering the bar exam, and wherein I also provide them with mock bar exams and I give them feedback on how they answer.
Wow.
Basically, I think that's it.
So that's around four, right? Side hustles aside from your current job. Now, before we really dive into side hustles, no, let's try to define first what is really a side hustle. For me, in my own definition, a side hustle perhaps is something that you do that gives you income aside from your job, right? Do you agree with that, attorney?
Yes, I actually agree with that, Miss Payne, because I don't really know what the definition of a side hustle is exactly. I don't know if that's even really defined. But yeah, I really agree that side hustle is just anything that's aside from your main job.
Yeah,
It's something you do that you don't do from 8 to 5 on weekdays.
yeah, and also sometimes, no, if not most of the time, sometimes the side hustle brings in more cash inflow compared to your full-time job, right?
I actually also know a few friends who whose side hustles are actually earning more than their day jobs. So yeah, they're also contemplating on moving na to their side hustles and just leave their main jobs na nga. And
Yeah.
then what else ba?
I
Yeah,
think also mostly they do side hustles because the side hustles is their way of aside from doing their job, it's their way of perhaps practicing their passion, no, doing the thing that they really love doing, and that thing that they imagine doing for the rest of their life every day. So I think that's also a way of, in my case, it's a way of parang stress reliever, no,
yeah, I
from
agree.
work.
So
So
yeah, other than the fact that side hustles can make you earn more money, I think side hustles could give you even more fulfillment than your current job.
than
No?
your current job.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
sometimes we take jobs that don't really make us happy, but we have to pay the bills. So
Yeah.
that's why we have side hustles also to help us express the passions that we've kept deep inside and
Yeah.
earn and earn them. Yeah.
So maybe we could share to them side hustle ideas para they can also what you call this one? Maybe start on their own. So for me, one side hustle idea is you could. I think many are doing this already, diba, during the quarantine, and I think I shared this also in my YouTube video that I was really so happy seeing many people trying to be or who became instant entrepreneurs right during the quarantine. Everybody was selling all stuffs left and right, and even their food that they are selling is way better than the restaurants than the food in the restaurant that we've been eating before, right? So we could really see there that people who are have hidden talents bigla siyang lumabas
Yeah.
during
And
the quarantine. So that's
funny
one.
story as well. Funny story as well, Miss Pay, no? That my recent side hustle, the Bar Buddy program, actually also came to my mind during the quarantine. Yeah, so it was just a time we were just working from home kasi, so we had a lot of time. So I had time to reflect what I really wanted to do with my life now. So parang there was this I was looking for my Aikai guy. Yeah,
Ikigai
I
or
that
Aikagai.
Ikigai, I
Yeah.
don't know how to pronounce that
Yeah,
Japanese
I don't
term.
know. So Ikigai, Aikagai. Some say in YouTube it's Ikigai, some it's Aikagai, but it's the same thing, the sense of being.
Yeah, so I was just really looking for something I love to do, I'm good at, what the world
World
needs, and
needs.
what I can be paid for. No, so that's why I really, I during that time I found that my ikigai was teaching. So that's why I came up with the Bar Buddy program. So
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to see whether or not coaching bar takers would actually make me feel fulfilled.
Yeah, because I think it's that intersection among those things that you're good at, no? And that thing that would make you feel your purpose and your sense of being. So it's definitely teaching, and then plus your experience in the bar exam. So I think that is really a very scalable side hustle that you can even put into a full-time business soon once you go full-time online and you release your website. Now, moving
Process.
forward, let's try to. We've been talking about the advantages of side hustles, no, on how it can change our life and how it can bring in cash flow to us and to our family. So, in your experience, what struggles or obstacles did you encounter as you were starting or as you were doing your side hustle journey?
Sige, struggles. First of all, I think I should start with from the beginning, no, from the very start of my side hustle journey. So I
When was
actually,
that?
huh?
When was that?
When was that?
When you're in high school?
Still, no, I think mga fourth year or fifth year college. College. I was
Wow.
still an accountancy student.
Okay.
I really didn't look for a side hustle back then, no, because what was on my looking for money wasn't really on my mind that time. So diba, I was busy with studies. Was busy with extracurricular activities with JP. It was a
And
hot
SSC.
and SSC. So yeah, so the opportunity really just came to me. It was a family friend who needed an accountant. They needed help making their financial statements. So I was already equipped to do that. No, I didn't. Although I wasn't licensed, I was already taught well by my teachers. So I think you were my teacher.
Ha? Oh,
Or
are you sure? Parang hindi. No, I don't think so.
we're batchmates pala. So yeah,
Advisor siguro sa
advisors.
JCA. Yeah.
That's just then. I really wasn't looking for money, and then I was just asked to help. So I went to to my family friend's place, and I did their financial statements. And lo and behold, after finishing all the works, so I was given money. So that was my first income. There was like I was given 10,000 pesos
Ah,
for like 3 hours work. So
yes.
yeah, so I think the basic thing there really is just um what am I getting at?
So I think I want to highlight what you said. No, that you were just really trying to help
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
first place, right?
that's it.
So you didn't. The first, your intention was really not to make money, but you were there to help, and
Yes.
then the money followed after that, right? So I think that was really your calling.
Yeah. So I
To
think one advice I could give here is just if you're still studying or if you're already working, just try to really excel also in what you're doing, no? Because the best advertisement really is word of mouth. So you don't really even have to advertise yourself. So if people know you're good, if yeah, I think that would be great advertisement already for you. So even though you're not looking for a side hustle would be given to you.
Yeah, also based on my experience, I could really attest to that word of mouth. If you just really do good in one service that you render to your side hustle, the same thing with one side hustle of mine, the events coordination. So most of our clients right now are not anymore from advertisement or any bridal fair, but it's usually the cousins, it's usually the sisters or friends of our former couples. So that would really be a testament that if you just do make their dream wedding into a reality, then eventually the word of mouth will do itself,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
that's one advice. So, what do you think are other side hustles that our friends can venture into? So,
So
aside from
other than
selling,
selling your skills no, or services. So yeah, in terms of
right?
that,
Right now.
yeah, in terms of selling your skills or your knowledge. So I'm doing accounting work, legal work, and then my bar buddy program. Another side hustle I can say is yeah, being an agent, um, working on commissions. No, so yeah, I also just recently also became a financial advisor with PruLife UK. So yeah, I it's a good side hustle because you don't really need to put up any capital. Diba? So
Yeah, yeah,
you
yes.
can actually join immediately. You just attend the trainings and then
Pay
yeah,
for
you can
the
always
examination fee,
yeah. So
licensing.
yeah, and licensing. But actually right now you can even start without paying the fees first
Oh,
because
really?
yeah, because of the pandemic, there's no exam with the insurance commission. So you can
Oh,
actually start already, and then when the insurance commission um, comes back with their exams, it would just be deducted from your commissions, if any. So
oh,
yeah, it's actually already a free side hustle right now.
yeah.
Yeah, so that started Miss Faye because really one of my advocacies is really financial literacy.
Uh-uh.
Um,
Here,
I
here.
just got sick of, hindi naman sa got sick na, but a lot of my friends who just recently became lawyers and some of them are already working really didn't know what to do with their money. So I
Sana
was
all.
with their salary. So yeah, I was the friend who was financially literate. So most of them actually came to me for advice on what to do, and then it was just really not satisfying on my part because I was just there. I just gave advice, but I really wasn't able to give any concrete solution. So that's why I decided to become an agent myself. And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's right now. I'm not really that active, but I'm selling to my friends. I'm selling to whoever needs it. Diba? So yeah, I think di naman siya full time talaga na kailangan yung time mo, but yeah, whenever somebody approaches you, at least you can give concrete solution.
Yeah, and I think also what's nice of being a financial advisor is that aside from you earning from commissions, it's you helping
Yeah.
people get insured, right? Because that's very important. And I think many people have already understood the value of insurance, especially now with the pandemic and everything that has been going on, and the value of financial literacy. That considering, let's say for example, like if these things would happen, that there would be times that you would lose your job. It's important that you would have the emergency fund and all else. But anyway, we're already discussing financial literacy.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah. Back to your previous question pala, Miss Faye, no? The struggles.
yeah, struggles.
So, since I started my side hustle while I was still a student, one struggle I really had was really time. Diba? So, that's the only resource we really can't buy more of. So, yeah, I was busy with a lot of things. Even now, no, with all my side hustles, time is really my enemy. My or not my enemy, my constraint.
Yeah.
So I think that the best solution really there is to have proper time management. And that's something I learned from being a student leader back in the days. So medyo despite all of these, I was able to balance everything naman. But yeah, yun lang, time. And another solution to that problem would really be to use or seek the help of your family or your friends. So since I'm in Makati, no, I have clients for my accounting and legal work in Cebu, but I actually use my brother. I ask for
You
his
see
help.
what?
I use my brother. Yeah, I tap him, no. So I send that my documents to him, and he's the one who goes to the clients, who goes to the government agencies, and like that. So yeah, and also for some of my legal work, since I really can't go to courts naman that often because of my work, and then yun, sometimes sobrang I don't have time na to accept new clients, so I just refer them to my friends.
Okay, so it basically boils down to time management, which you have perhaps already mastered during your college days, juggling everything co-curricular and your academics, right? So
Yes.
those students who are watching, so you try to master also your time management skills aside from mastering your academic skills, because that would really help when you graduate and when you now face the real world, right? And also, I would like to emphasize also what you've mentioned, that do not hesitate to ask for help, right, from your family, friends who could lend you a hand in all the things that has been going through with the side hustle journey. So I really totally agree with that one. Same with my case. Time is really precious to me. Sometimes I get irritated when people try to waste my time. But anyway, I really try to do time management, time blocking, assign a certain task per day. That could really be a very good YouTube topic. Anyway,
And then
right.
now that I think about it, Miss Pay, no, so my academics my academics before would be my main job right now. And my extracurricular activities, JPL,
Yeah.
SSC, would now be my side hustles.
Oh, but
Diba?
no. Yeah,
So since we excelled naman at both during college, there's no reason not to excel
to
now that we're
excel.
working.
I agree. I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were able to excel in academics and also in extracurricular in college. Why not do both, right? While you're working and do a side hustle. Okay, so maybe I can check in Facebook if we have questions. Let me see. Are you open to answer some questions? So
Basta
to those who are
hindi lang
watching,
personal.
aba, dali lang personal. Let me see. To those who are watching and you have questions, check my.
Yeah. Sobrang, s- another side hustle siguro din Miss Faye, no? It's, yeah, my sister. It's actually my sister's story din, which started in, during the quarantine period. The buying and selling, I think that's the number one side hustle that, came out
Yeah.
during the quarantine, no? So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not really familiar, no, but I think it's somewhat related to also I think the trending right now also a side hustle is that you can also start this at zero to less investment, the drop shipping,
yeah, drop shipping, drop shipping.
right? It's also like buying and selling, but it's just in the internet. It's actually a win-win situation between the seller, the buyer, and the middleman, which is the drop shipper, right?
Yeah. You actually just become a middleman and
Yeah.
just get your commission. It's
Okay.
basically
We have one question here from Cebu upcoming events. What side hustle is best at this time? So I think we just had mentioned that one is drop shipping. For me at this time, best side hustle would be something online. Okay, if you have a certain skill or expertise or a specific little knowledge, you can teach online, you can tutor online, you can coach online. You don't have to really be the expert of experts, but you just have to be few steps ahead of whoever you are teaching, tutoring, or coaching, right? Because nobody is the experts of experts. It's just it's all in the mind, right? So I think that's one thing. Anything that is related to the internet.
for me. Then, Miss Pei, other than that, no, I'm not sure if it's considered a side hustle, but one thing that's really viable right now also is stock trading. Actually,
Correct. Yeah, yeah. Stock trading.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's a side hustle, but it's really something you can invest in and earn money from.
It
Yeah,
it
although,
we call that side hustle. Maybe anyway, we just said that there's really no definition of side
yeah,
hustle, right?
yeah.
So
So yeah, I think you just, although you really just need to study about it. No, I don't recommend doing what I did. No, I just really jump into it without really studying how to profit from it. No, because I just relied on what I learned from college,
knowledge,
and
but it's not
it's
enough.
not enough. It's
Like
not
it
enough.
really didn't stop, right? But I even I open my dashboard and go, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
So I think those who would start and who are still starting, just the basics in stocks, you buy at a low cost and sell at a high cost. But just be careful you don't buy all the time because there is stock transaction cost. And that might just, lower down your um value or the portfolio value or whatever is the term for that one. So that one lang. So I think also when I was starting to invest in stocks, one mistake that I did years ago was I was always trading.
Mm.
Yung para bang pag nag-increase ng 10 pesos 2 months after I then sell, and then pag that one, and I was not that what do you call this one, knowledgeable with regards to the trading. Like, diba, if you invest in stocks, I think you should have two analysis, the fundamental and the technical analysis. So which way are you in, attorney, to the technical or to the fundamentals,
I think
or both?
I'm leaning more on the technical analysis right now, Miss Kay. I think um,
Wow.
before I thought it was really all fundamentals. No, that's why I was basing it on my college knowledge about ratios, mga ganon. But then later on, I realized na um, I'm not sure. It's not the stock market's fault, no, but maybe our stock market is really not that mature yet. So that's why it's easily manipulated right now. So parang it's really more on psychology and more on the graphs rather than and more on the graphs and the news articles rather than really on the intrinsic value of the corporation. So yun, so that's why I really studied during the quarantine. I watched a lot of videos teaching about technical trading and all that. So yun lang,
Wow.
study.
Good for you. Let's try to see if there are. We have an active trader, no? Our friend Robin, is in
Yeah,
the comment section.
yeah, he's
Maybe next
already
time I can
trading.
interview Robin, no?
Yeah. He has a new system where you only trade for like 1 hour a day. So I think that's a good side hustle na din. Like 1 hour a day, that's great. And then
What you
after that, you can do your day job after.
just 1 hour a day. Let me see. Okay, I think we have no questions. Okay, so maybe we can end with little, how do we end this?
Sige, ano lang
um,
naman.
Key takeaways or any advice to those who would want to try having side hustles, and yeah, I think that's it. Advice.
After years, parang I'm so old, no? But after years of experience in hindi, I just want to add more stuff, no?
Yes, again.
Other
Go.
than the four side hustles I mentioned, I'm also teaching at several bar review centers.
Ah, yeah. So it's five. See?
And then I'm also
Dami mong ginagawa.
co-managing yeah, and I'm also co-managing three businesses in Cebu with my siblings. So yeah, so just emphasizing again the need for connections and people to help you ba. Diba?
Yeah,
'Cause
correct.
you can't reach the top alone, or yeah, you can't reach greater heights alone. You have to be with other people. So yeah, that being said, I think after my experiences, no, the main advice I can really give to people who are thinking about starting their side hustles, their businesses, whether or not to do stock trading, whether or not to become a financial agent, I know, don't think about it, just do it. Really. Doubt is really our number one enemy. So as accountants, as auditors, Ms. Faye, I know we have been trained to think about what could go wrong. That's why when trying to venture into new businesses, we always look at how things could go wrong, how things wouldn't go our way, the risks, you know. So that's why oftentimes we're not able to catch opportunities because we think way too long and way too hard. So that's why my advice really right now is go with your instinct, go with whatever your heart and your mind tells you to do. So if something feels right, just jump in and do it. Don't let doubt stop you, because really there's nothing worse than regret.
Yeah.
And you'll really
Failure, yeah.
regret not taking that opportunity.
Yeah. Right. Regret is worse than failure. I
Yeah.
always believe in that one. So um maybe to those who really do not know on what are their skills, what are their knowledge that they could start. Maybe they have the will to start, but they don't know where to start. Then perhaps, as we have mentioned, you can check your ikigai or your ikagai. It's one way of knowing um, what you love, what the world needs, what you could be paid for, and what you're good at. Those four things, when you have found the thing that you would be doing, though things might get complicated, you might have frustrations about it or any obstacles, but eventually that's your sense of purpose. So you would have that strong why in doing, right? And perfection is the enemy of success. So you don't have to really start the perfect way. You just really have to just start, right? And
Yeah,
then
this is
improve
really true.
along the way because no one is really perfect, right?
Yeah, I was also actually just watching Big Bang Theory, no? And there was this anecdote about Schrodinger's cat. It was an experiment where they placed a cat inside a box, and then there was this poison that could be released anytime, and they wouldn't know when. So the question there really was whether or not the cat was still alive or dead. So you won't really know whether or not the cat is dead or alive unless you open the box. So just like with your side hustles, I think you'll never know if you love that, you'll never know if you're good at it. You'll never know if people would buy from you or get your service until you try.
Yeah,
So
until you try.
yeah, so just try, just jump in, just try it, and then see if you like it, if you're good at it, and then if not, drop it, and then find another thing to do.
Yeah. So if it doesn't work anyway, what you gain is experience,
Yeah,
right? And lessons from it. So if you committed a mistake, you just don't commit the same mistake because mistakes committed twice are lessons you refuse to learn,
yeah.
right?
That's
Okay.
just it. Just
So
start now, really, because time is our enemy, and you have to start now.
yeah. Yeah, and by the way, to those who are watching, I'll put in the comment section a PDF file that I have just made yesterday. It's a side hustle starter kit. It contains over 20 side hustle ideas. It has a checklist, self-assessment checklist if you're ready to have a side hustle, and a workbook wherein you could write down your plans in having your side hustle. And I will put that in the comment section after I we end the live. Okay? So I think there's no more questions. Thank you so much, attorney, for
Ano,
joining me tonight. You want to say something?
what, sige, what do I want to say? Sige, mag-plug na lang ko, Miss Faith.
Sige, yeah. To those
Pretty
who
much,
are,
not as much, not
how
really
many will you
plugging them,
plug?
but
Tanan?
just a way to assist people who are looking for their side hustle. So if you're like us, with like me and Miss Faye, if you're passionate about financial literacy, if that's also your advocacy, feel free to chat me, and I'll gladly explain how you can also become a financial consultant.
Yes.
This goes
Okay.
this goes to all those who actually also lost their jobs during the pandemic. So, diba? So while you're still finding new jobs, why not start with a side hustle that's free?
Yeah, that side hustle also is very nice now because aside from helping people, you would also be helping yourself become financially literate because there's a lot of things that you would learn
Yeah,
in
I agree.
in that job, in that side hustle job, right? Anything? How about your bar buddy? Maybe we have.
I actually already started my bar buddy, no? So I have a few enrollees already. So I just stopped accepting because I don't think I can already manage with my time. So yeah, and so for all interested bar takers for the 2021 bar exam, just follow my page, Bar Buddy. I forgot my Facebook page, but it's Bar Buddy
Bar buddy.
2021. And just watch out for any announcement if I already decide to open up a few slots.
Um,
Yeah, so medyo puno na, puno na.
yeah.
Ah. So
Okay,
yun,
thank you
that's it.
everyone.